Caribbean islands. They actually, now that they shipped them over here as pets, some of them escaped. Now we got a few of them living here in Florida.
Wow.
Now there's a big debate down in Key West. They're saying they've got to eradicate the iguanas. But they found a document where there was an iguana in...
Start walking up here and I'll be there.
It's famous for fishing
We didn't give you responsible for this. Sorry.
You have your camera? What are you feeding? Little kids. They like those. Yeah, they like those. No, we feed them raw chicken in here. And we also supplement that with alligator chow. It's a pellet formula, just like dog food, but for gators. Okay, folks, now we take a look inside of his mouth. There are 80 teeth in there, 40 top, 40 bottom. And the neat thing about those teeth as an alligator, they actually cycle through 2,000 to 3,000 in a lifetime. They'll lose them, they'll grow them back, or they'll just break them off and grow them back. Now, they do this because of how hard they bite down. Q&A, guys. Do you have any questions about it?
How old is that alligator?
I have no idea. I'm honest, okay? I'm not going to make up an answer for you.
How long do they live?
Over 120 years. So he could be anything. Now, the thing about them is alligators continue to grow throughout their entire life. They have an indeterminate growth ratio. Yours is genetically determined. You're only going to get so big no matter how much you eat, essentially. The alligators, though, the more you feed them, the more they grow, and the faster. And they also make it is illegal to harm or harass or feed an alligator in the wild, except for in the hunting season, okay? And that way you keep people from going out and messing with them, getting their arms ripped off, stuff like that, because a lot of people want to do that. Just like any other game animal, though, you can only hunt it within its hunting season. Okay, I think we have everybody in here now. So, folks, my name is Chris. I want to welcome everybody over, and I hope you had a fun airboat ride out there. Now, our alligator right here, he's kind of a mean little 7.5-foot alligator. That big one over there is about as tame as a puppy dog, so a lot of people are like, oh, why aren't you on the big one? Because the big one doesn't move. The little ones are actually a lot more exciting. So we take a look inside of his mouth. There are 80 teeth in there, 40 top and 40 bottom. And as an alligator, they do cycle through those teeth, 2,000 to 3,000 in a lifetime. Now, they have that ability because of how hard they bite down. These guys can bite down with an entire ton of force within that mouth. Literally 2,000 pounds per square inch of power. Now, I'm going to try and demonstrate that amount of jaw pressure for you guys by taking a little stick here, and we're going to touch the inside of his mouth, which should cause him to slam his jaw shut. So, there you go. So you can see and hear when he slams his jaw shut. Now, lucky for me, though, you can hold their jaws shut with your bare hands, though. They have this immense amount of crushing force, but a very small amount of opening force, and so you can actually hold their jaws shut with your bare hands, as long as you can hold on for the ride. Yeah, they will absolutely try and break your grip and get away from you. And if he can shake you loose, yeah, he'll bite you. But you can hold the jaws shut as long as you can hold on when he shakes, okay? Now, let me explain to everybody why we have all these alligators in here and where they come from. These guys are nuisance alligators. That means they are the ones that showed up in someone's backyard swimming pool, or they ate Fluffy, or something like that. That's not a joke. I do mean that. They eat people's dogs all the time out here. Once he eats a dog, they call it a trapper to capture and unfortunately destroy the alligator. Unless you eat a Pomeranian. They'll let those ones go to eat more. Yes, it works out well. But now, unfortunately, they do kill about 10,000 nuisance gators a year in the state of Florida as a nuisance animal. Now, we want to avoid that. That's where I'd like to let you guys know, please don't be a nuisance person and make a nuisance gator. And by that, I mean don't feed them. Once you feed these animals, they'll learn to associate people with food, and then if you come back without food, you guys are the food. Okay, that's the source of most alligator attack, is from someone having fed that animal. Now, what we actually do out here is we do these shows. If you guys enjoy the show and like watching me risking my body parts for your entertainment, which I hope you do, and that's why those tip jars are on the enclosure for, and we actually use that money to buy him up the trapper, thereby saving his life, which you appreciate, right, Mr. Alligator? That's right. Because without that, he would be somebody's suitcase, okay? So that's why we're Gator Boys Alligator Rescue, like the sign says back there, because if we were not here, unfortunately, they would not be here with us either. And if you guys would like to learn more about what we do here, we do have a show on Animal Planet called Gator Boys. I'm on it along with all the other guys that work here, so if you want to check that out, you can. Now, the big question we get why aren't they all coming over and trying to eat me? You know, people come here, they expect them to do like a backflip out of the water and rip off your arm, and then everybody seems very disappointed when I'm still alive after 5 minutes. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you guys, I will survive, okay? But in reality, these are not animals that are really out to get us, and again, the attacks that do occur are usually because somebody's fed that animal. Now, when our animals first arrive here, they're very dangerous because he thinks you're going to hurt him. He's afraid of you, so he defends himself. But once they realize you're not going to hurt them, and you handle them very gently and passively, and you feed them about a pound of marijuana every day, look at that. I'm kidding, by the way, we don't do that. But that alligator over there, I'll show you once I'm done with this guy. He is very nice, very mellow, barely even moves. You can sit on him. And at the end of the show, we do have the opportunity that if you like, you can sit on his back and have a photo with him for 10. Now, alligator wrestling, though, actually comes from the Seminole Indians. It's techniques they would use to capture and restrain an animal like this in the wild. They'd want to jump onto his back, tie rope around his jaws, and bring him back to their camp alive. So the way they tie the rope around the jaws when they were alone is by holding his jaws shut between their chin and their chest, what we call a bulldog. That way, the 2 hands are free to take out a rope and tie a knot. You guys want me to demonstrate that trick for you?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to die, Chris, go ahead, right? Yeah. Take pictures. It'll be cool. All right, if you guys want to see me do it, though, you got to give me some motivation. Do you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
All I'm saying, if I get myself killed, you got to have a good time, you know? That's it. That's it. Okay, so they would actually hold them up like this, very carefully. No, it's not how you do it, no? This is my first day. I'm winging it. I don't know. Yes, they would hold them up like this. Look, Mom, no hands. Okay, they could then take out a rope, tie the rope around the jaws, and have it caught inside an alligator. There you go. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad one person's impressed enough to clap. That's good. All right. So that is a traditional Seminole Indian technique for tying the jaws shut, and seeing as I'm an albino Seminole, it's authentic, guys. Okay, yes. Now, if we look at the back of our alligator, they have these big bumps and ridges on their back. Hey, where are you going? Come back here. Down the pole still? Yeah, they're very strong. By the way, he just lifted me off the ground. They're extremely strong animals. Wrestling an alligator is not about overpowering it. It's about being smarter than he is. Considering his brain is only about that big, though, it's very hard for an alligator wrestler to outsmart them. Nobody? No? All right. Now, what I was trying to say, though, if you look at their back, they have those big bumps and ridges on the back. These things are made of solid bone, and each one's what we call an osteoderm. It means bone, skin in Latin. So that's like armor plating on his back to protect him. If you look at my bracelet, that's what it's made out of. Are these solid bone plates as armor across his back. Now, at this size, he has no natural predator in the wild other than a larger alligator. So that's what he has that armor against. If we look at their eyes, they have a third eyelid. I'm going to swipe my hand by. You'll see something flick sideways across the eye, okay? Right there. Okay, so that's called a nictitating membrane. It comes up like swimming goggles. And then right behind the eye is the ear, right here. Yeah, it's kind of cute, like a really ugly dog can be, you know? So he can seal off that ear canal to keep out water and seal off the nostrils up here, too. Now, I do have one last trick to show everybody. But before I do it, let me tell you folks a little bit about myself so you don't think I'm just some dumb redneck like the rest of the staff up there, okay? It's the best joke, guys. It's funny because it's true. You know? But I actually do have my bachelor's degree in environmental studies from Florida International University. So I'm an educated redneck. It's different. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I do have my bachelor's. I just graduated in May, and I'd like to do crocodilian research for graduate school. So working at a place like this will give you first-hand or no-hand experience, depending on how your day goes. You guys don't like that joke? No? And my mom doesn't like it either, don't worry. But I think it's a good joke. But yes, I do literally pay tuition by wrestling gators. And the other thing is that working here, I'm also a volunteer, and that's due to liability reasons. That way, if he does rip off your hand, Holiday Park just sends you a get well soon card, and that's all they owe you. It's very sweet. It also, last trick's what we call face off. No. Mess it up and your face comes off. No. I'm going to set my chin on the edge of his open mouth. Alright, try that again. Come on, relax. Relax. Get your picture quickly.
I got it.
Everybody got one? Yeah, okay. All right, guys, we're gonna let it go. Thank you very much. Sorry about the poll, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. All right, folks, so what we're going to do now is we have our two options for anybody like a photograph with an alligator. First option, we'll take out a baby one you can touch and pet for free, see one up close. And if you want to hold our baby alligator for a photo, we do that for $5. Or if you want to sit on our big, mellow, 9-foot alligator over here, we do allow that. This guy is very big and very lazy, and we let people sit on him and update their lane Facebook for only $10. Okay? Well, he's sitting in there, in the dark. It's a cooler day. I gotta be gentle. Be gentle! I told you guys to be gentle. Somebody over there is slapping it. What did you think was gonna happen? You gotta be gentle with the animals, guys. She's about 3.5 years old. Anybody like to hold him for a photo or anything, guys? No way to know for sure. I mean, you know, probably 50, 60 pounds. I mean, he's little.
Yeah, he is.
You guys over here get to pet him, check him out? Do you want to? Alright guys, well if nobody's going to hold him for a photo, I'm going to go and take him back. And you guys have a great day and thank you for coming, okay? Real difference is crocodiles on the salt plane. Alligators don't have this entire
This yacht that you can barely see on the other side of 17th Street Causeway with the helicopter on the back, that one's Brad Pitt's yacht.
Have anybody stop 7?
Okay.